Hey everybody, Friday's here, and I am here with acclaimed author, executive coach, and friend Keith Rosen. Hey, Keith just spent the last 3.5 hours with a room full of managers here at Microsoft, coaching us up on coaching. And you may have seen a link to his book on sales leadership that my team read and used as our first book club. We had the honor of having Keith join us today with a whole bunch of us, and there's a couple nuggets, Keith, that I got out of today that I didn't get out of last time. I listened better, apparently. One of them was just the concept that you cannot scale dependency. And as leaders and leaders of large organizations, if everybody is dependent on you as the chief problem officer, you will never scale the business the way you need to. And maybe you can just kind of elaborate on what you mean by that.
Sure. You have a choice every day when you go into the office and you're working with your people, your peers, direct reports, coaching up, coaching lateral. You either are leading with answers or you're leading with questions. And every single time you lead with answers, you're sending the underlying message that, hey, when you have a problem, come to me and I'll fix it for you. And the real irony is that for every manager who truly wants a team of independent, accountable people, they're creating the very problems they want to avoid. Number one, if they're being the chief problem solver, then their people know, I don't have to think. I could go to my boss will tell me what to do, and here's the real kicker, is that when the boss gives the direct report a solution, and the solution didn't work, guess whose fault it is? That's right, your direct report comes back to you and says, hey boss, you told me what to do, my hands are clean on this is your fault.
Yeah, that's. I think that is good advice for every one of us at home and at work and elsewhere. You know, the second thing that really landed with me today was we were talking about the kind of past, present, and future and where we live, and that patience is really living in the present. So many times we're looking back on what didn't happen or what the scorecard says about our past behavior, or saying, boy, this is what I want in the future, but being in the present allows us to be more patient and be a better listener. Maybe you could kind of elaborate on that as well.
Absolutely. So I have actually found the GPS for patience, and it lives in the present. Think about what happens. Everyone is so much under pressure these days, and they feel like, I don't have time to coach, it's taking too long. Well, the less you coach, the more problems you have. The more you coach, the less problems you have. So when it comes to patience, you cannot coach if you're not patient. Now, where does patience live? It lives in the present, because if you're focused on the future, patience lives in the moment. You're already pushing for your own agenda. Okay, so there you are, you're coaching, you go into the conversation with your tunnel vision, you want your people to be, at the end of the conversation, agreeing with you on this point or making this commitment. Well, you're no longer living in the present. So if you're no longer living in the present and you're focused on the future outcome, your patience is gone. You've already lost it. And that's when managers start coaching and get to a point and say, hey, let's stop the coaching and let me just tell you what to do. Patience, if you're truly present and living in the moment, then you can truly be patient. And the level of patience that you have is always dependent on how present you are in the moment. So the more present you are, you will have an insatiable amount of patience. You will also be able to listen better, because active listening happens only in the moment. And when you're creating new possibilities, you could only do that in the moment as well.
That is great advice. You know, you wrapped with even the best athletes have coaches of their own. Thanks for being ours today, and thanks for spending a little bit of time with us.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure working with you guys.
And to the team, thanks for another great week. Look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.